NRG looking to continue their undefeated season against EUnited, who are trying to bounce back after a disappointing performance last week against Ghost. They have a lot of work ahead of them with quite possibly the best team in North America.
Absolutely, you're right, Jarby. I think without a doubt, NRG up there at the top. G2 may be challenging them as well, being undefeated. However, EUnited, they started out playing Cloud9. I had picked against them. I picked Cloud9 over EUnited, and I was proven drastically wrong. EUnited swept Cloud9 in week 1. We start to think maybe EUnited has something here. And then go into the next week, they struggled. They got swept themselves. So which EUnited are we going to see? An EUnited team that can set the pace, or one that's just going to be reacting because NRG is going to bring all the pressure?
Yeah, I mean, last week you had NRG with Justin going for a double flip reset goal because that's how easy that series was. We saw Flight were able to bounce back a little bit. They weren't able to take the series against G2, so that should give you hope if you're an EUnited fan against NRG. I will say this for EUnited is that NRG struggled against Sonics in week 1. We do see the type of team Sonics are now, so maybe that has some credence to it. However, NRG have also shown that they're not a perfect team. So I think that maybe if EUnited can find some headway in this series, then they can, if they can build off of it is what I'm trying to say, then they might actually have something here against NRG. That's tough.
Maybe we'll see Hoxer pop off. We've seen him do it before, even last season. Ajax also, when they beat Cloud9 and when they drove him into the dirt, it started out with a pair of double taps by Hoxer and by Ajax.
And Ajax, well, Garrett G picks up a flip reset. Almost a dunk.
I mean, that was almost on cue.
Yeah.
Turbo and the Mudcat?
Well, you know, Turbo's done that. He's played in like Skyline, and I love Mudcat though. Cool car.
I mean, I'm not very good with car names, as we already established.
Well, yeah, you and I
pretty much,
our legacy's been set.
I pretty much stick to the Fennec nowadays.
That's fair. Fennec's good car. Mudcat, good car. The Octane hitbox. And Ajax picking that up. Watch that be wrong. Well, Roldiz. Nothing here for EUnited, and Roldiz, you know, last season, here's a good pass to Hoxer blocked. But last season, Roldiz was the big question mark, even headed into the World Championship. It was how was Roldiz going to perform? We know Ajax and Hoxer have that potential to just the flash. But Roldiz has always been the quiet one on this roster. And so if they have a chance here against NRG, I think he's really got to step up.
Roldiz has been their cleanup guy. He's the one who, in especially big moments, finds ways to score. He was their lead scorer last season. He scored the overtime game-winning goal against Cloud9. He knows when to be in the right place, and he can hit those shots. He did it last season, but it's a different story so far, but it's very early. We'll need to see if he has that same finishing ability here in Season 9 that he did in Season 8.
And yeah, it's clear the field is much different this time around, even for some of the same teams we saw last season. Just a different vibe on the pitch. Turbo and Justin both jumping up for that, but Justin had plenty of space to get back to his own touch.
Nice pre-flip from Garrett.
You just force EUnited to stay on their back wall with that touch because you're expecting either Justin or Turbo to come up for that next one, and you're forced to play reactive.
He was able to get the pre-flip right into that boost steal at midfield, allowing NRG to keep this assault ongoing. Huge pinch, however.
Yeah, with no boost, absolutely needed it. Turbo, not the best touch. Roldiz punishes. EUnited take the lead.
And this is all stemming from this massive pinch from Ajax. Turbo panics a little bit, doesn't get a good clear, and look who's there to clean it up.
Roldiz, fine. Just peachy for me. I'll take it. EUnited, first goal of the series. A lot of game left. But Roldiz off the back, cannot put it in. Garrett G for the save. Hoxer. Nothing here for EUnited. Garrett off the crossbar. It bounces out, but Justin has a good look.
And he had Turbo waiting to the side. It looked like Justin, however, was going for the shot, or if he was going for that pass, it was too far ahead of Turbo. We have another chance. This time he does get it to Turbo, but Hoxer blocking out the shooting lane.
Roldiz with space. We'll catch this. and pass to Ajax. Ajax gets a great pop on this ball. Roldis wins this touch. Now it's Ajax. He sends it down for Hoxer. Ajax potential there against NRG. You had them backed up. They can't convert.
Quality defense from Hoxer. He was left all alone in the 2v1 situation. Hopped in to get the challenge at the perfect time and has slowed down the NRG counterattack. Garrett almost on that double.
I'm not even sure he was expecting it to come back to him. It looked defended off the back wall. EUnited space again. NRG trying to box EUnited in, but EUnited taking advantage of the space they're given. Justin forced to
got us off the ceiling.
A lot
jump
there.
back.
Yeah.
You always hold your breath when Justin's in the air. That one might go the full distance. Wow. Turbo was racing to it.
It's that touch right there, Garrett has to win. Turbo was expecting Garrett to at least make the 50. And he was up in midfield. He got caught out on that win from Roldis. EUnited insurance against NRG in game 1.
That was the perfect shot. The perfect shot from Roldis completely catches Turbo by surprise.
Oh, Justin almost puts NRG back in the game.
He did that in a previous week as well. I can't remember if it was week 1. I believe it might have been week 1 or week 2. He did that exact same play. Got his flip back, wave dashed into a shot top corner. We know he has that in his arsenal. That was just off, which is kind of summed up this game 1 for NRG.
Roldis back to his touch, can't find the pass. He did have Hoxer behind him on the play, but with 35 seconds left, and with this space forcing Garrett G up, you're killing all this time off the clock. You're getting a free look in the air on the 3rd. You're getting these touches, but now they're starting to lose that boost battle. Maybe a chance for NRG to move down the pitch, get a goal with time left. Turbo right on top. Hoxer barely avoids him on the clear out. It's a high touch. A lot of these high balls just, there's not a lot of action in midfield. The ball's just kind of high, clear out. And they're chasing their own touches. One pass in midfield like that in front of the box. Oh, and what a powerful clear from Hoxer. Good save, but it doesn't matter. Time expired and EUnited take game 1, Jane.
If that wasn't a 0-second play with EUnited already up by 2, that would have been a highlight save for Justin in the back of the net, getting multiple saves. Ball still up, trying to pad those stats. EUnited finally getting this win, and they shut out NRG. NRG hit the crossbar a couple times. They had some quality chances. They couldn't put them away, and then you think back, EUnited was struggling to keep them at bay. Then there was a huge pinch from Ajax. That started things off, and Turbo had the mistouch, gave up that first goal.
It was straight punish. It was punish game from EUnited. That first one from Roldis here. Turbo in midfield. He's expecting Garrett to at least get a touch on that ball. And then the other one as well, like you said, Turbo, the mistouch off that pinch.
And even if he doesn't get one, that ball hovers so close to the ceiling. That play, you expect it most of the time to hit the ceiling and bounce down, and you're going to have time to get back. But Roldis, not only did he get it by Garrett, he got enough power to send that ball all the way to net and avoid hitting the ceiling of a really difficult shot to make.
Yeah.
That's why it caught Turbo so much by surprise, because 9 out of 10 times, you're going to be able to get back in time if you need to. But Roldis, he was there. He was the guy. We had mentioned it earlier. He was the lead scorer for EUnited last season. Didn't really get that many assists because Ajax and Hoxer just didn't put that many goals in last season. But regardless, Roldis playing that role again here in game 1, and they get a key victory. Now the series is starting to look more doable for EUnited.
I think the one thing EUnited have to be careful of is that there were a couple of chances NRG did not capitalize on. Garrett hitting the crossbar, and then Justin, I believe earlier, it was a pass over to Turbo where he ended up having a shot, but he hit the post.
And also the Justin flip reset.
Yeah.
Wave dash shot to the corner. It hit off where the crossbar and the post meet, bounced out.
Well, NRG, they score one of those goals. It looks a little different. It looked like a goal for Justin, but flying in on the save. I believe it was Hoxer. Garrett picks up another one off the corner. Tried to shovel the pass out to Justin. Turbo coming in as 3rd man. Garrett turning around on the play. NRG on offense. Turbo up quickly. The boost is for NRG. Ajax forced to wait. Garrett was going for the read. He keeps it in play for NRG. EUnited long clear, but no one able to get to it in midfield. And Garrett will let that bounce. And Justin will weave his way through traffic around the corner. It's NRG's ball still. Garrett G, his shot off the post. Turbo will score on the rebound, and NRG have the lead.
This was actually an important play from Garrett. Instead of going towards net, Hoxer had the angle covered potentially. He might have been too far back in net, but regardless, Turbo there to clean it up. Garrett, had he put that on target, maybe he would have scored, but doesn't matter. Turbo was the cleanup guy in that situation. He was not going to let that rebound get away from him.
Now NRG have a lead. It's also their first goal of the series.
Turbo also switching it up to the Fennec now. Got a team of Fennecs. And an open net potentially.
Oh, Garrick actually got the touch. You what? Nutty monster. You score when you want. I don't care. Oh my God.
You have to take another look at this.
What?
That's the squishy.
What?
We'll call that the squishy. When you sneeze on the ball, because I don't think he had any impact on that ball's trajectory.
You stole Turbo's points.
He sneezed on it again.
You stole his points. Shame.
All the Garrett G fantasy owners out there are happy.
Yeah, you'll take that one. Oh, pitch down the field. Either way. Just the fact that they get to go for it. Just the fact that they get to go for it.
It's hilarious because both Garrett and Turbo came into today in the hunt for Golden Striker. Turbo was leading. Garrett G was down there in 4th place. And so every little bit helps.
Closes the gap a little bit. Turbo, he's so deadly in the box. He somehow finds a way to win so many of those touches in front. He's had a couple of silly goals go in that way. But call it what you want, it's consistent. Does Justin have the read? Of course he does all day on the rebound. 3-0 for NRG.
And they are starting to smother EUnited. Roldiz taking too much time, gets demoed. The ball goes off the backboard, leaving EUnited in a difficult spot. Justin will put that one in. Now everyone from NRG getting on the board.
This is kind of what I expected game 1 to start as. But they hit the crossbar of the post a couple of times, then EUnited punished them really well. EUnited are struggling, like you said, James. They can't break out right now. They are boxed in. Hawks are doing what he can with no boost. He actually does pretty well. Turbo takes the ball away. Ooh, Turbo can't get the flick on the Fennec there. He tried to slow it down against Ajax. Now in danger. Off the backboard. The shot. Does it in?
Oh.
Off the crossbar. It bounces out. Still in front of the box and cleared away by Justin.
EUnited's looking like NRG did last game. Banging it off the woodwork. Not able to find the back of the net.
And down by 3 with this amount of time left. That's one you definitely need in the net if you have hope in game 2. Pass to Hoxer, but it was way too far in front. He will take advantage off that next touch from Garrett.
And that was a very poor touch from Garrett, but an equally poor shot from Hoxer. Ooh. And that could have been the opening that EUnited needed, but they just failed to capitalize on it.
They were able to capitalize last game. They're winning a couple of challenges here on their own end, but it's just getting fished right back into their own net. Another shot. Ajax doesn't have it. 4th goal, NRG are rolling.
Turbo almost makes this play. It was a hard hit from Garrett, but it looked like a defender was able to get a piece of it. However, rebound out to Justin. Justin won't let that get away from him.
And that's 2 for Justin in this game.
We have a minute and a half left. Already 14 shots for NRG to just 2 of EUnited.
They had how many before? I think it was like 6. This team is averaging like 12 shots a game. So 6 was very, very low for NRG. And now they're back to really where they've been all season so far. And Justin almost flexes into the net. But EUnited, this challenge there, Justin hopping up quickly. But there's nothing here in midfield. If EUnited can claw away something, feel better about themselves heading into game number 3.
This is when you start thinking ahead. Think back to game 1 and the things you did right. NRG, however, they certainly picked it up this game, but we have seen them make a couple mistakes. Garrett with that missed touch, leaving the door open, but EUnited, they're gonna want to just forget about this one, Jorby.
Definitely. And in game 1 for NRG, it almost looked like how they started against Sonics in week 1. You thought maybe you'd get more of that. Still plenty of series left. Bumping one out of the way, and Garrett will have an easy goal, pick up a 5th, and close the gap against Turbo.
This play from Justin doesn't show up on the scoreboard, but he clears Roldiz out of the way for Garrett.
He rolled him.
You know, if there's any way we can give him an assist for that, we would.
Unofficial in our hearts, it's an assist. But NRG back to expectation here against EUnited in game 1, strong punish game. And then in game number 2, there's just been nothing. It's been flatline for EUnited. A couple of good ideas going down the pitch, a couple of wins in midfield in critical times to get a shot on net. But most of the time, NRG have felt very little pressure, and they casually walked through game 2.
Full control, absolutely full control in this game. Game 2 was a completely different story.
It really was. Like I said, 6 shots on net in game number 1, but in game 2, this time 17 shots for NRG. And they were finding free passes in the attacking third, James. They were doing everything they wanted to do with the ball. Everything they touched was gold.
And even there, Justin, I don't know if Roldiz turned into gold. Justin manhandled him out of the way.
Yeah.
Justin wanted to get the bump on Ajax, figured Roldiz was good enough. EUnited, they're going to have to reach deep now. NRG tying up the series. And it's not out of hand yet. NRG, despite that one-sided victory, we've seen this many times in previous series, especially I think flip side, they were the worst offender of this, where they would Brazil a team one game and then still lose the series. This is not over
NRG
yet.
Or that kind of
well, I mean, you know, it's true, but if you're EUnited, you're not. It's not over yet.
No, I
don't
agree.
count them out yet.
It's
EUnited did some things that looked good game 1. They did get a bit fortunate with that crazy pinch that kick-started their first goal and their first win in the series. But NRG, they've proven not to be invulnerable, and they are weak to a few situations, especially the counterattack we saw from EUnited. Look for Roldiz. Try to find him. Maybe get aggressive.
Well, game number 3 for series advantage. EUnited trying to get back on track. I did like EUnited on, like, when they're given space, they utilize it most of the time. And you don't see that enough with a lot of RLCS teams. It's just NRG is so good at closing the gap, but even right there, smart pass out to Roldiz to give yourself some clear space. Roldiz picking up a demo on his rotation.
And we do see that aggression coming into play. Roldiz waiting. Quality clear. Roldiz is going to use up about 40 boost
But
for nothing there.
Oxford still has control. Just came off on the backboard. Like, that's the kind of game EUnited wanted to play. Roldiz in midfield earlier. He just couldn't make the touch. If you're going to try to lock down midfield, that touch has to be solid to keep your team up, because your team's positioned to expect to keep playing on offense. So any kind of mistouch will make things a little bit harder.
A miss
Oh
there.
my
That's
goodness.
scary moment. Roldiz had missed his hit. Now he has no boost left in the tank. Justin stole the corner boost. A demo from Garrett, double demo. EUnited vulnerable, and it finally is too much for them to handle. Justin gonna put this one in.
Yeah, beaten and bloody on this play from Garrett, and then Justin gets a dunk on top of it. Easily
And
confirmed.
poor Turbo. Turbo would be the golden striker, clearly, if his teammates weren't stealing all of his goals.
It can't happen. They don't want it.
You know,
They don't want the NA Golden Striker to be from
think
Europe.
that's exactly the point I was going to make. Turbo would never let any North American player live that down.
Well, his teammates are making sure to give themselves the best chance to keep Turbo out of the
But, you know,
discussion.
maybe he'll get clutch playmaker.
He'll find a way to insert himself into the conversation. The EUnited, again, it's a couple of good carries down the field, but there's just not much else yet from this team.
Roldiz, I was watching him. He was struggling to find his place in the rotation, jumping for quite a few balls that his teammates were going for.
Whew.
He missed that hit that then directly led to the pressure that they were feeling. The double demo came in, and that was it.
And that was kind of my question mark for Roldiz in last season, and then also coming into this season. It was, once EUnited got on offense, it's no problem. They have good rotation on offense, but Roldiz just, he's a little dodge happy on defense, and I think that's what puts him and his team into poor spots. If he can settle down, like EUnited, it's not that they're playing really that poorly. It's just this panic on defense. If they can find a way to shore that up, slow down a little bit, NRG are just punishing them on these touches.
They certainly are. NRG had a few missed touches that EUnited wasn't even able to take advantage of. And when you're on defense against such an overwhelming team like NRG, you have to be perfect. You have to take your time. You have to scope out teammates in traffic, because a lot of times you're not going to have much time to make a decision, so the communication has to be there. And now they're a backward pass attempt. It's shambles. Their defense is in shambles right now.
Yeah, this whole sequence was a series of unfortunate double commits. This time, that touch just not the best from Hoxer. Roldiz wasn't ready for it up that high. He couldn't get back to it. But then on offense, they had a chance. They actually had man advantage against NRG on offense, and then Ajax and Roldiz run into each other, both going for the same ball, and they gave up possession. If one of them just stayed back on that play, that 50 is neutralized, and then your man has advantage on the ball, and it would have been a goal. It could very well have been a goal for EUnited, and we're talking about a tie game, not a 2-goal lead for NRG.
You have to wonder if EUnited's flustered after that 5-0 beating they took in Game 2. Even on defense, starting to make some dire mistakes. NRG cruising.
It can certainly feel asphyxiating against NRG.
Oh, that's a good pass.
Gets the win there, but Justin's still on the backboard.
Quality turn.
And another challenge. It's just hard when NRG have the boost to deal with these touches. Pass to midfield. Justin gets it over to Garrett, but Roldiz right on top of him. Just can't get anything in front of the box.
This is much better from EUnited. They were able to keep NRG back, go for passes. Now Ajax was coming off the back wall. EUnited's going to need more of this. They hope to claw their way back.
Hawks are the last man. Has to buy a little bit of time. He pops it up. And with that added boost, it's still EUnited's ball. Ajax got back to give it to Roldiz. He's working with nothing. He'll keep Turbo out of the play. Ajax on the catch. He's got the boost. Tried to go under. Roldiz. Not exactly. Was Roldiz expecting a pass there? Just that touch, Hoxer pulled off of it. He wasn't in position for that pass anyway. Either way, it felt a little botched there from EUnited when they had space in the third. Ajax here a little bit of time, and now the fakes aren't working here for EUnited. Another clear for NRG with time expiring.
Very good challenge from Justin. He plays it perfectly, so regardless of whether the player goes for a flick or a fake or whatever it may be, he had it covered. Wins it out, and NRG shut EUnited out yet again, getting another victory in Game 3.
Communication. I really think for EUnited, there needs to be more talking, or at least any form of communication. You can't have these double commits, and you can't give the ball away if your Roldiz in that situation. If you're looking for the pass to Hoxer, like that was, to me, like that's crunch time. You have less than 30 seconds to go. You score that. Who knows what happens on the kickoff? Instead, you gave it away, and NRG get it cleanly.
And that play there, it just makes you shake your head. Hoxer thinks he can get this ball to the corner. He thinks he can get it to the corner, ends up backward passing it right to Turbo.
And that came off of, again, on offense, Roldiz and Ajax double committed on a 50-50 in the attacking third. And that forced a clear from NRG. And then EUnited had to play defense like that. And then they get in panicky situations. These aren't issues that EUnited didn't have last season. They struggled on defense with just being able to slow down and understand what's happening on the pitch. They panicked too much.
And NRG, they did the opposite of panic. They had a tough Game 1. They looked to be in the driver's seat, but EUnited fought back, shut them out 2-0. But since then, it has been a 7-goal unanswered streak for NRG. EUnited getting shut out 2 games in a row. Now, with their final life in the series on the line, they're going to have to figure something out. And on defense, things are going to have to improve. Absolutely have to improve, whether it's communication or mainly execution. Being able to execute the touches that you're meaning to
You know that Hoxer didn't want to pass that off his back wall. They just need to clean that up.
And when you're on offense, when you're on offense,
EU defense.
Yeah, EU defense. Oof. When you're on EUnited offense, it looks good. Like this team has good ideas when they do get on offense, but they kind of trip themselves up. They outplay themselves on offense, and they end up giving up the ball. And if you can shore this up, and we've pointed it out, we've seen it in the series. NRG are not infallible. They make mistakes, and you even punish those mistakes. You took the first game of this set. So we'll see if they can turn their fortunes around. But right now, NRG fully in the driver's seat, and I'm not sure there's anyone else in the car. Shot, nothing, and Roldiz tries to keep it going. Huge opportunity missed.
That was a tough angle for Hoxer. He has to come in quickly, and he has to make the shot on target from a relatively awkward angle, but it was open. The net was wide open. That is a 1-0 opportunity. That one almost bouncing in. EUnited taking a few swings, but they miss.
I think that could have been a better shot from Hoxer. He ended up hitting it on his wheel instead of his bumper, and so it just gimped the shot. And NRG taking the ball away again. Ajax, his shot light, turned away by Garrett G. It was a tight rotation on defense. Turbo, another challenge. No boost available for him. Steal EUnited's ball, pass cut off again. Hoxer in the corner, Ajax in midfield. He's got Roldiz behind him. How do EUnited approach? Well, Garrett G steals the ball away. Roldiz taking a good look at the challenge,
good
and then
speed.
Hoxer as well.
EUnited looking much better at the start of this game, having multiple chances. Getting downfield, keeping NRG in the net, getting demos, setting up shots. They could easily be ahead already in this game. They're not letting it affect them right now. They're not giving up.
Ooh, good carry there from Justin. He came across the box, very dangerous, and it was the opposition was closing in, but Justin stayed right behind that ball. Hoxer got one more to beat, pops up, but just can't keep control. Roldiz losing the touch to Garrett, but it's Ajax's ball. EUnited, this is about how far the offense has gotten for EUnited, and they're headed back the other way.
But even on that play, Hoxer almost made magic happen.
Oh, Justin had the look. He had a free net with both EUnited players caught in the corner, and it's a goal.
And Justin does a solo play all by himself. He saw Hoxer attempt one. He says, let me show you how it's done. Takes it down the field. Beats out the entirety of EUnited. And just like that, despite all the pressure and all the chances that EUnited has had so far, Justin gets the first goal for NRG.
And even Hoxer, who's been a standout star player for EUnited, on a couple of carries that he's had, he's just not had the same impact in this series as he's had in previous ones. Here he is up high off the ceiling. He did find the shot, but Justin followed him the whole way. Bumped out of the way was Garrett. Roldiz and Justin and Garrett, everybody real close on that net, almost got dunked.
Scary moment. Justin opted to dribble that along the goal line. And where you're in danger of getting dunked, and if you get dunked, it's most likely going to be a goal. But he made it work.
Now NRG trying to keep it close in midfield. Turbo gets back to his own touch in midfield. Maybe waiting for that touch from Justin where EUnited. Either way, they're still stuck in the blue half. Roldiz, little bit of space. He's got 12 boost and a dream. His dream is Ajax clearing that ball away so he can pick up some more. Ajax in front, pass out to Hoxer. Hoxer pops it over another. Despite the woes, EUnited are only down by one. But nothing materializes. Midfield, one here by Ajax. Can he get something going? Another touch, he's by another. Trying to get in the way of somebody. But NRG weather the storm. Hoxer up against Justin, fighting for possession. Roldiz now in the corner. He's got two available players, and he got it up against the backboard. Turbo with the clear. Potential turn for Hoxer. Turbo got in his face. Garrett's in the way. Roldiz can't get back to his own touch. NRG making life real difficult for EUnited. Just closing the gap. It's been a chokehold. Quick pass to Roldiz, but the light touch will be Justin's to carry. Oh, and it's open. Ajax, can he get back to it? He cannot. Insurance with 25 seconds remaining, all but secures a victory for NRG.
And again, Justin takes it by the defense, baits in Hoxer, and at the last moment, flings it by all the way downfield. Justin making it happen for NRG, trying to just close out the series once and for all.
EUnited, it started off good. It looked good for EUnited. And then NRG, well, hang on a second. Ajax will put one in off the back wall. Some time left for EUnited. There is a sign of life.
Turbo had jumped at the same ball Garrett did. Garrett went for the pass that got cut off. And because Turbo had jumped, he wasn't in position to handle that incoming hit. Just like that, we're into it. 1 goal game, just under 15 seconds left.
Ooh, Hawks are back to Ajax. Hawks had won that first 50 on the kickoff. And that challenge looked good. Ajax, he's got a look and he misses the ball. Rolt is racing towards the corner. It'll be cleared by Garrett, and Hawks has one chance to keep this ball in the air. And now Roltes can't find it. The ball touches the ground. NRG take a 3-1 victory in the series.
And they sail